Greetings. In today's video we're going to talk about a philosophical concept called epistemology. So previously we have been talking about what is called metaphysics. Physics means nature. Metaphysics is about reality. What is reality? And then we have Greek, again another Greek word, episteme, which means knowledge. So epistemology is about knowledge. How do we know? So when I say reality is real, that's a metaphysical statement. And then when I say I know this because then that's epistemological reasoning. Or someone can ask me, how do you know that? Then that's epistemology. So let's suppose we take the axiom that reality is real, and in my previous videos I spoke about axioms and the difference between an axiom and a belief, and then I spoke about also this specific axiom, reality is real, and why it is important to take it. And now, how do I know this, that reality is real? So in Objectivism we rely on reason, and we admit that reason is the only tool that allows us understand the reality. And now in this video I'll try to also represent the other side, and I'll always question everything including reason, because the other side always is like, how do you know? How are you sure? So I'll also play that game, and I'll be consistently skeptical about everything. Okay, so first I'll explain how I know that reality is real. So I experience things through my sense organs. I see things, I hear things, I can touch things, I can touch this wall, I can taste things, yeah? So I have all these 5 sense organs, and also I can smell things. And then my brain and my mind conceptualizes these things. The mind integrates all these details together and comes up with full concepts. For instance, I see something, I see it, I touch it. Okay, now my mind analyzes, okay, this is white, it feels solid, so it's not liquid, it feels solid. And okay, I can open it and close it. Seems like there is some space in it. Yeah, I'm making concepts. So I conclude, I infer that this is most probably a box, and I can test it. Okay, I'm opening it. Oh yes, so it is. It seems to be made of paper, yeah, and it has some space in it, so it is a box. Okay, so what I did, I reasoned, and I came up with an inference, a conclusion. Then I can ask someone else, do you see that thing? Do you think that it's a box? I can ask you and other people. We can find experts, we can find ordinary people, we can make polls, we can ask the scientists. So this can be validated, this can be affirmed by every human being who can see, who can touch, who can analyze. Yes, if his sense organs are fine, and if his mental capacity is fine, he can analyze, he can conclude and infer, then he will say the same thing. Yeah, of course artistically someone may say, well, I can use it as blah blah blah, but in everyday life people would say, okay, this is not a ball, yeah, this is not a pen, this is not water, this is a box. Okay, this is how I know that things are what they are in everyday life. Even if we take, okay, they consist of atoms and protons, neutrons, everything moves, but still I touch it and I sense it, I experience it as something solid, and I can put things inside, yeah, and keep them there. So it is a box, based on my reasoning and my sense organs, and also these can be validated by whoever touches it. Now the other, and similarly with the wall, with the mountains, with the whole reality, with the sun, yes, we can see the sun, we can study the sun, we see the effects of the sun on our skin, etc. Now the other side is like, well, what if your sense organs are fooling you? If I close the sun with my hand, the sun disappears. It means I should not trust my eye. So, they're, trying to play. And they're trying to use the reason to disqualify the reason. I think it's also kind of dishonest. It's like Russia using Western technologies to destroy the West. It's profoundly immoral, unethical, and wrong. Yeah? So similarly, if you use the reason to fight against the reason itself, it's kind of also immoral. And they are like, how can you know that? How can you know that this is a box and we're not in the matrix? And if we play this game, if we go very deep into that game, we can ask the same to that other person. Like he can be, well, I rely on the word of God, on the Bible. I can go like, how do you know that's the word of God? You read it and you hear it from other individuals. How can you know that it's not the Satan tempting you, it's not the same matrix? So if you don't rely on reason at all, it means you shouldn't rely on your eyes and on someone else's eyes. And how do you know that your parents are your parents, that Donald Trump is not an Illuminati or a reptiloid, etc., etc. So if we go hardcore with skepticism and we try to uphold that reason is not trustworthy, just like Plato says, just like Kant and many other philosophers say, yeah, then if you're honest, 100% honest, you have no right to speak a word and preach any concept, because all of that comes from reason. And if you say, God gave me this, okay, how do you know that it's God? Because you feel it. What if the devil is tempting you and the devil makes you feel good, if we take non-scientific approaches, yes? So if we apply that same skepticism, the other side, the irrational side, will have no clues. And this is why a lot of them avoid debates. Like I met these pro-Palestinian activists who declined to go live with me and share their perspective. And sometimes very few, when they agree, they still use arguments attacking the presenter. They use emotions, and they just cannot go till the very end with the reason. And sometimes what they are using is like the group. Well, the group says so, that's why this must be true. And in this case, well, we have groups who hallucinate together, yeah? And we have groups who are mistaken, yes? Huge groups supported Adolf Hitler. Huge, populations believed in believed that there were real witches who ate their kids. Huge groups believed that the Jews were killing their newborn babies and drinking their blood, etc., etc. So if your epistemology, your knowledge relies on a specific book, on a specific authority, like, okay, if Trump says or if the Pope says so, then it's true. And if you doubt everything, just be honest with yourself and doubt that Trump is real, either that the Pope is the Pope, or what if the devil has written the Bible and is presenting it as the Bible? So skepticism will lead you to a stalemate, to a situation where you cannot do anything. If you don't trust your senses, when you get hungry, don't eat. How can you know that you are really hungry? What if it's just, I don't know, the matrix playing with you, right? So I hope I was able to convey the importance of epistemology, like episteme, knowledge, how important it is to understand that reason is very, very important, and what happens when you give way to mysticism and when you allow unchecked doubt and unhealthy skepticism control your worldview. You just neutralize your own self. And if this reality is not real, why bother? Why eat? Why take care of yourself? Why strive for anything? Why take care of your body, of your well-being, if everything, including your body, is a hoax, it's the matrix, or the devil tempting you, etc., etc. So see you next time, and if you have your own comments, don't be shy. Even if you disagree with me, that's fine. Just present your perspective, okay? And here's a little quiz by the end of the video so that you learn something from here, okay? Question 1. Metaphysics means, and pick the correct answer. And here's the correct answer in green. And question number 2, epistemology is, and here's the correct answer. See you next time. Have a good one.